This is episode 20, Wesley's Take on the World travel show. It's been a long time.
Yeah, 2 years.
Wesley wanted to do a show of the top 10. Well, he wanted to do a show about the top, I think we started with top 5 Disney resorts in this conversation. These would be Florida Disney resorts, does not include any other location. And we decided that instead of doing top 5 and just like gut choosing each one's top 5, we created some categories and ranked all of them within the categories and then totaled them for total number of points. And so the categories that we chose were theming, pools, transportation / proximity. I guess that would include convenience. Food, the value, not the cost, but the value that you get for your money at that particular resort. And then a category that's just called vibe / undefined. So you can kind of however we wanted to rank them individually, what stood out to us, what we kind of thought was the best answer there. And so six total categories. We each went through and ranked 20, right? 20 resorts. We ranked 20 resorts and then decided that we would total them through, come up with the top 10 overall based on the 3 of our individual rankings in those 6 categories. So we've got it down. It's kind of scientific. It was frankly surprising to me because it is not the order that I would have put some of these in. But when you give it, I guess, a little bit more of a scientific ranking, this is how it came up. And so I guess you just want to kick off. We did the top 10. We're not going to go beyond that, but within the top 10, we started, and number 10 is
Contemporary Resort.
Disney's Contemporary Resort. That is a Magic Kingdom area resort. It is on the monorail loop, and most people know this is kind of the iconic A-frame building there that the monorail actually goes through. Included in that, as we categorize it, is also the Disney Vacation Club property.
Bay Lake Tower.
Bay Lake Tower. And it also includes a convention center and what they call a garden wing, which are some rooms at Contemporary. We're kind of in a separate building that's 2 stories tall, kind of hidden over on the side. And so why do we think that Contemporary fell here at number 10? I can look and tell you on my list where it ranked number 10 for pools overall out of the 20 resorts, and it ranked, no, it did not. I was looking at the wrong thing. It ranked number 10 for food on my list, and it ranked number 5 for transportation and proximity there because it's on the monorail line. And you can walk to Magic Kingdom from there, take the monorail to Magic Kingdom or Epcot. And then I'll say for food on mine, you have some pretty good restaurants in
upscale dining.
Yeah, upscale dining. Some pretty good restaurants there at California Grill, which is a signature restaurant, and at they say Steakhouse 71. We have not been, but I just continue to hear good things about that restaurant. The quick service is okay, not great, but it's okay. And then Chef Mickey, which is, again, for a character meal, it's okay, and it's extraordinarily loud in that restaurant.
But it's a tradition for us.
But it's a tradition for us. How about you, Wesley? Can you say in yours what it ranked the strongest in?
In mine, it seems like it was transportation as well. Because again, you're on the monorail loop, you can walk right into Magic Kingdom. So it really wins in transportation. Pools was pretty high up there too.
You gave it a 7 for food.
Yeah. Solid resort. There are definitely better ones on property though.
And then Mom, you ranked this higher for theming than Wesley or I did. So you gave it a 7 on theming, you gave it a 6 on proximity, a 7 on food, and then just a kind of a 7 in overall vibe, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Well, what's special about it and some of the other Magic Kingdom is that you can get a theme park view room, and so you can stand on your balcony and watch the fireworks and see all the happenings and whatever at Magic Kingdom. And that's just kind of a little bit extra special. And they've updated it since we last stayed there, and so now it's all Incredibles themed in the rooms, which looks very cool. And we have 2 little girls who are big fans of Incredibles, so. Or the Creditors, as Rosie calls it.
Creditors. Though they've not stayed there yet.
They have not.
In those, okay. Number 9, we on this ranking came up at which resort came in at number 9?
Surprising to me, it was Port Orleans French Quarter.
Port Orleans French Quarter. So on my list, this came in at 10 or above on my list. In theming, it came in at 9, pools at 10, and value at 6. And so I will talk through those just real quick. On the theming side, it really is themed kind of like the French Quarter. Those, it feels in some ways like you're walking down, I started to say Bourbon Street, not really Bourbon Street, but just there in some of those other streets in the French Quarter with the old buildings, the old houses, the railings, and those sorts of things. So it does kind of feel like old New Orleans. On the pools, it has a nice pool. It has some kind of features to it. And then on value, this is a moderate resort, not a deluxe resort. And so you can usually find a room here in the somewhere between the high 2s and the low 4s. So if it's a prime time, you might get into 4s, but usually you can find it in the 300, somewhere in the $300 range there, and occasionally with one of the deals they'll have, you can get it down into the high $200 range, which I know can sound insane for a hotel night, but given where you are and the value you get there, it is fairly close proximity to Disney Springs, and so you get the boat to Disney Springs. So kind of all those things coupled together, the cost with the access to at least Disney Springs by boat, everywhere else you have to take a bus, the theming, which is probably, of the moderate resorts, probably the most on par theming wise with a deluxe resort. I know some people would say, no, it's not. It's Coronado because of Gran Destino, which is a fair argument to make. But overall, it's probably more on par than any of the moderate resorts of theming with a deluxe resort. So that's kind of why it ranked higher in the theming category for me, and the value category.
Yeah. And it's definitely more on par with the deluxe resort than, in my opinion, than Coronado, because it's not just the tower. You still have, the regular rooms still feel really nice. So
Wesley, on this one, you ranked it 10 or above only for pools, which you gave it a 10, and for value, which you gave it a 4, and that's what drug it up in your ranking, was that value ranking at 4.
Mm-hmm. It's like, that's partially because theming is good. The theming was good. It barely missed out in the top 10. We got put in 11 for me. The pool is pretty good. Its proximity is not great unless you want to go to Disney Springs.
Yeah, you ranked it really low for that,
yeah.
Which is crazy how low you ranked it.
The value, again, is pretty good for a Disney resort. And, I mean, the vibe kind of just depends on where you are. I put it in 16, but that's partially because it feels kind of, this is going to sound weird, but it feels way more landlocked than it really is. If you're in like the main hub of the resorts versus like Wilderness Lodge or Coronado or Grand Flow or Poly or pretty much any other resort on property. What
really drug this resort kicking and screaming into the top 10 at number 9 is that Mom ranked it, gave it above a 10 in every category. 8 for theming, 8 for pools, 9 for transportation and proximity, 9 for food, 3 for value, really high, and 8 for vibe or undefined quality. You're the only one who stayed here, so go.
It's got a lot of the great features and things that you want when you go to Disney and you want to stay on property, but you're not paying for a deluxe resort. The food is good. If you have like allergies or whatever. Disney's going to work with you across the board anyway, but they have gluten-free beignets, which is a really great thing. It's just a great place to go and stay and have fun.
All right, number 8 on the list was
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club, and we separated this from Beach Club. And so well, you'll see as we get closer if we get to explain why they are at different places or not. So Yacht Club, I'll start there. This actually ranked higher on my personal list than I expected it to. It was above 10 in every category except for value, which I gave it a 16 for value because I think it's very expensive for what it is. But theming, I gave it a 7. For pools, I gave it a 5, and I know people are going to lose their mind about that because there are people who think this is the very best pool. But I ranked it as the 5th best pool because this pool has a sand bottom, which is cool, and it's a very large pool. It feels a little water parky there. The reason I gave it I ranked it as the 5th best pool and not higher on my personal list is because I feel like kids can get lost here. There's so many. It's not like one big pool. It is a pool over here, and then kind of a lazy river-ish type thing, and then another pool over here, and it kind of continues like that.
To do the slide, you've got to go out of the gate and around.
Yeah, and everything is sand bottom. So if you have like sensory issues with your feet, then that's not going to work out very well for you. And yeah, you got to leave the gate to get on the slide, cross the public path to get on the slide and come up, and then that drops you back down in. And so that's why I kind of ranked it lower on the pool piece. But it is a cool pool feature for proximity and transportation. I gave this I ranked this number 3. And part of the reason I ranked it number 3 is because, really the main reason I ranked it number 3 is because this sits right behind Epcot, between Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and that's my favorite area because I like being able to go between those 2 parks. And so of the 3 things there, this is the farthest one from Epcot and Hollywood Studios, so it got ranked number 3. So if you know the area, you'll know where the other 2 things basically came in on the transportation proximity. And you both have boat access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. You can walk to Epcot, and you can Skyliner to Hollywood Studios. And so all those things combined, that's why I gave it such a high ranking. 7 for food. I'm just going to hold off on talking about the food there and kind of talk about those 2 resorts together. Value, like I said, that was a high one. And then for vibe/undefined quality, I've ranked it at number 7. So that's how, from my perspective, how this landed at number 8 on my numbers. Wesley, yours are all over the place. You ranked it really low in some categories and really high in some categories. So Wesley gave it 14. It ranked it as number 14 for theme, but number 1 for pool, number 3 for proximity, number 4 for food, and number 8 for vibe. Those are the ones that you got above 10. Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, the pool there is great. The really only problems with it is you got to go out from the slide, and it's easy for people to get lost at that pool.
But you still gave it a 1. You gave it number 1.
Yeah, but again, that's partially just because it is objectively the best pool on property. Transportation proximity, it's like a 10-minute walk to Hollywood Studios, or I think about it, 10-minute boat ride there as well. And then from the Yacht Club side, it's probably 5 or 6 minutes to Epcot, or 5 in the boat. So really close to 2 of their best theme parks. Food there's really good. Value there is, again, not great for what you're getting. And then the vibe is just kind of
How do you feel about it?
Yeah.
Now it came in lowest on Mom's list because she only gave it in the top single digits in the category of pool, which you gave it a 6. You did give it 10th place in 2 other categories, food and vibe, but everything else for you was double digits.
Yeah.
Pretty high.
It's just not my favorite It feels a little bit pretentious and kind of an old person yacht club kind of a feel. And when you can go to next door and go to beach club.
That's a good descriptor.
It's with little kids and things like that. It just feels less fun.
So now at number 7, ranked at number 7, we're going to get our first and only value resort on this list.
We bougie.
And we have stayed here. And this is called a value resort, but
It's value plus.
It's value in layout, but it's value plus in the room
Amenities,
that you get and cost.
Yeah.
It's really moderate in its cost category. So Wesley, it is
Art of Animation.
Art of Animation Resort. So I ranked this pretty high on my list. I gave it it ranked 10 or above in every category for me except for food, where it ranked 11. But it got 6th for theming, 8th for the pool, 10th for transportation proximity, 8th for value, and 8th for vibe. And so for theming, I mean, obviously this is buildings that are themed, or sections that are themed for Cars, Finding Nemo, The Lion King, and then there's a section of rooms that are themed after The Little Mermaid. But the rooms themselves, I'm going to talk about value here, and why I ranked it 8 at value is because while you're paying $500+ a night, unless you get a really special deal on it, the room that you're getting is essentially a suite. It's a family suite. So it has a bedroom with a king bed, it's my recollection, and a nice large bathroom. And then it has kind of a living room area with a Murphy bed over the couch. So two in the king, 2 there in the Murphy bed, another full bathroom, and then a kind of eating area where a table is, and then that's another Murphy bed that pulls out from behind the table as the table kind of folds down. And so there's another full-size Murphy bed there for 2 more people. So you put 6 people in this room. You're not going to get a 6-person room anywhere else on property for that. So that's why I ranked it at 8 for value, the value that you get for the room. In the pool, that pool has underwater music. The main theme pool there is Finding Nemo. It has music underwater, which is cool. The transportation there is largely bus, but you can Skyliner now to Hollywood Studios and to Epcot. The reason I did not rank it higher than 10, though, on the Skyliner line is because it shares one Skyliner station with Pop Century Resort, and that line can get really long in the mornings. It will take you a while to stand there and wait for the Skyliner to We've done that once.
Yeah, last time we stayed there, it took us 20 minutes to get on the Skyliner.
So, and then the food court, for a food court,
It's very good.
It's good. For a food court, it's good.
A lot of fresh, healthy options.
Yeah.
Not just chicken nuggets and french fries.
Yeah, so that's why I did. Wesley, you ranked it higher than me in some categories and lower than most. But you gave it a 4 for, where you got 10 or ranked at 10 or above was theming. You gave it a 4. Pools, you actually ranked it really low for some reason. Value, you gave it a 6, and vibe, you gave it a 10. Or ranked it at 10.
The reason the pool ranking is lower for me is because it's one of the 5 or 6 pools on property that doesn't have a slide. So that kind of dragged its ranking down.
It is the largest pool on property.
It is the largest on property. But the ones with the slide got a little more favorable treatment on this ranking for me. It's very well themed towards animation. The family suites, I'm going to correct that a little bit on this. It's not a Murphy bed in the living room. It's a regular pull-out sofa.
It's a sofa bed. Okay.
Yes, because they haven't been able to renovate that resort yet.
It's coming.
It needs one bad. Transportation proximity it's pretty middle of the pack. You've got the Skyliner, but it shares with Pop Century and takes forever to get in the Skyliner. The food is, again, pretty middle of the pack. It's the best food court on property, but it's also still a food court. Compared to places like Roaring Fork at Wilderness Lodge or Captain Cook's Polly or Gasparilla at Grand Flow. Like it's still a food court compared to the other quick services.
That's right.
And then 515 again. It's very well themed. The designers knew exactly what they were doing. And worked it pretty well.
It could be loud.
It can be loud.
And then mom ranked this higher than any of us. She gave it a 4 for theming, she ranked it 4th for theming, 4th for pools, 3rd for transportation proximity, 6th for food, 5th for value, but then you don't like the vibe apparently, I guess, because it can get loud because you ranked it really poorly on vibe.
It can get loud, but it's a really just fun place again, especially if you're taking little kids and you're having to maybe limit your time in the parks and whatever. It's still a fun place to just be, to walk around. There are big giant statues of Simba and Lightning McQueen and all of that just all around the property that you can just go and explore and see all of that. And so it's just a really fun place. And they have a separate quiet pool, and it has little cozy cones that you can use as a cabana kind of thing. And even though it is just a food court, it's a really good food court, and especially if you're traveling with a large group, which we were when we stayed there, you can kind of cover all the bases, and everybody's going to find something that they want to eat for a reasonable price right at your resort. So I like Art of Animation.
All right. Number 6 on our list is...
This is going to be the next where we stay at, Caribbean Beach.
Caribbean Beach Resort. And yes, we have a trip planned for a few nights here in September around Labor Day. This is the last one on our list. This is a moderate resort and is the last one on our list that is not a deluxe resort. So the top 5 are all deluxe resorts. But the Caribbean Beach Resort, I think I've ranked this higher than anyone if I look across these numbers. I think I gave this the highest ranking, and then Wesley and Mom didn't love it quite as much, but I gave it a really high score in everything except for food. Food, I've ranked it at 12 because it's not super, or I've ranked it at 12. But I ranked it 8th for theming. This is a resort that has it's themed for different islands, right? So it's kind of a beachy theme as Caribbean Beach, but kind of condo sections around the lake there. And so it's Aruba, Jamaica, Martinique, Trinidad, and Barbados are the things. And then at the far end of the lake is Riviera Resort, which, spoiler alert, did not fall in our top 10 at all. But I ranked it, for pools, I ranked it a 6 because it does have a really cool feature pool. Each section has a quiet, simple pool, like a simple pool, but it has a really cool feature pool over at the main building, which I thought I think is really good. We're kind of excited to try that out here in September. For transportation, I ranked it at 8 because it is on the Skyliner line, and you can go to Hollywood Studios or Epcot on the Skyliner line with access also to Riviera, to Art of Animation and Pop Century if you want to go over there for something, and to the boardwalk area with the resorts there for food and that sort of thing. So that's why I ranked it pretty high on the transportation list, and I really love the Skyliner. I gave it a 6 on the vibe / undefined quality, but I actually ranked this first for value because the room is a decent size. It's not too small. It'll sleep 5, 4 adults and 1 kid, up to 4 adults plus 1 child. It has 2 queen beds, and then it has a Murphy bed under the television that's really child size. They call it child size. I've slept on that bed before. It's not undoable. It's not terrible.
It's kind of the width of a twin. It's just not as long.
Yeah. So but you can sleep on it as an adult if you need to get that done. But this, you can find a really good rate at this resort sometimes, and to have access to the Skyliner, access to all those different food options at different resorts, and the room size, and you can sleep 5 people, and you can get a room here in the $300 fairly regularly. I mean, I think
if you
I've
can get
actually
a corner room, especially
yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was
with
a
extra
really great
windows.
thing. Yeah.
and I think I've gotten a room here before less than $300 a night.
Yeah.
Not actually this year. I think this year I have gotten a room at this resort for less than $300 a night. So I ranked it really high on my list for value. Wesley, you ranked it. You actually gave it in the top 10 in every category.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of my top 5 favorite resorts. Theme, I gave it a 7. The island theme, even though I don't like the beach that much, it is a very nice theme. They executed it very well. The pool is really cool. Again, it's got this Skyliner hub. So you've got direct flights to both Epcot and Hollywood Studios. He doesn't like the quick service place that much. It's pretty good, actually.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
And you've also got Sebastian's Bistro, which is basically just an island-themed Ohio without noodles.
And what's the point if there's no noodles?
And the value, I gave it a 2. Again, it's got a crazy good value. You can get rooms regularly in the 300s, and it's not rare to see them in the 200s. And then 5, which is basically just our ranking. I gave it a 5. I put it in 5 because, again, I love this resort. It's great. The really only bad thing about it is the internal bus loop.
This, and now that I've looked at it again, Mom didn't rank it quite as low as I thought she did, because she gave it, it was only out of the top 10 in the category of food for you. Everything else was in the top 10, still just a little lower than I ranked it.
And I ranked it number 1 for value.
And you ranked it number 1 for value.
Because it really is a good deal.
Anything else in there?
It's just
Anything
not
to
my
add?
favorite. I mean, just not my favorite.
You
Doesn't
do
have that Disney magic quality.
Oh,
But it's a great value. It's very convenient. Gets you on property. I wouldn't say don't stay there.
I will say that, to your point, is like the sections, because they're around the lake. I personally like the Jamaica section, but because it's close to the Skyliner hub that Wesley was talking about, but you're on the other side of the lake from like the main building, so that's probably a 10-minute walk over across the water or around the lake, because there's a bridge that crosses the water to get over there.
It has a playground.
It has a playground.
That's really great. It's got sun sails and all of that. It's a great place for kids to take a break and do something different, kind of fun.
And another thing about Caribbean Beach, they are actively working on refurbing that resort right now, because they've just recently completed the Trinidad section, I think about a year ago. I believe they're starting to work on Aruba now. I think Martinique will be next after Aruba, then Jamaica, then ending with Barbados.
They're making one of the queen beds in each room a Murphy bed.
Yes.
Which is actually, some people might say, oh, I don't want that, I'd rather have a real bed, but it's actually a very comfortable bed, and it creates way more space in your room during the day when you just close it up to the couch.
Yeah.
So that's
Those
a good
Murphy
thing.
beds are just way better than like a traditional pull-out couch. Like it just folds up so much easier. And
Yeah, and it's also an
It gives
actual
you all
mattress.
four
You're not losing.
Right.
You're only losing the box spring, which at Disney you don't get anyways.
So now we are in the top 5, and like I said, they're all deluxe resorts. Wesley, number 5 is
Boardwalk.
Boardwalk Inn and Villas. And so Boardwalk has both a kind of a hotel, it's a normal hotel side, normal Disney hotel side, and then the Disney Vacation Club side, and they're centered on the kind of main hub in the middle, all on the boardwalk. And so I ranked this one really high myself. I ranked it number 4 for theme. I really like this resort, and I didn't think I was going to. When we booked one night there because we had some extra points and we wanted to go a night early, and there was a room open. And it's a really good value for the points on the point side.
Oh yeah.
And so, but as we were pulling in on the bus, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna like this. Just before we even got in, it's really fun. And so I ranked it number 4 for that. For pools, I ranked it number 7. It's a good pool. It's just not the greatest.
Yeah.
I gave this number 1 for transportation and proximity because it is a very easy walk to Epcot, a very easy pick up the Skyliner and walk to Hollywood Studios. You can also walk to Hollywood Studios in 10 or 15 minutes, and you can take a boat to either Epcot or Hollywood Studios, and you get to use the World Showcase entrance, International Gateway at Epcot to go in, so you're not going to the front of the park to do that. So for early mornings, it's really convenient, not long waits. Like you can hop right in there and get that done. For food, and Wesley, I can see, strongly disagrees with me on this, but for food, I gave it I ranked it as number 3, and I ranked it as number 3 for this reason. Number 1, Flying Fish, phenomenal restaurant, signature restaurant. It's down on the boardwalk itself, but very good. It's a seafood restaurant, but you want to order the New York strip there because it's an oak crusted, oak grilled New York strip. Very, very good. But also the cake bake shop is there. Now it's a crazy amount of money for a slice of cake.
Yeah.
It's not a crazy amount of money at a Disney resort for the food that you buy. Right. It's still not cheap. No. But it is so good. I really like this restaurant. I think the food is very good. It's a little frou-frou, right? It's
kind of girly.
It's glittery and girly, and like I get it. I don't love all
it.
that, but the girls love it. Our girls like that, and it's good for them, for the little princesses. But the food here is very good, and so that's why I ranked this so high. Plus, you have access to the food at all the other boardwalk area resorts, or you can Skyliner right over to Riviera and hit some of the good restaurants there. So that's why I ranked it so high. I also ranked it 3rd for its vibe because I just think it's kind of a cool vibe down there. I did rank it as 12th for value, which is not a great ranking, and especially given that I just said it's a great point value. So if you have a vacation club member and you have the points to use, great value for your points. It's not a high point chart resort. However, and the rooms will sleep 5 because you have, again, you have a queen bed, a queen Murphy bed over the couch that pulls down from the wall, but you also have that single Murphy bed under the television, and they're better in these than they are at Caribbean Beach. It's a larger Murphy bed there.
It's an actual twin size bed.
However, if you're staying on the hotel side, on the inside, it is very expensive for a night. I mean, this can run
$700-800
$800 or $900 a night for just a regular hotel room, which is absurd in a lot of ways. So that's why I ranked it not great on the actual value of the resort. Wesley, you ranked it really high. Wesley also ranked it number 1 for transportation. He gave it a 6 for theming, 5 for pools, 3 for value. You ranked it high on value. I want you to explain that one. And then you ranked it 3rd for vibe as well.
The main reason I ranked it high on value is both the point value, if you can get a standard view studio or even just a garden view studio, is phenomenal. Like, they run as low as 9 points a night for studios. So that already brought it to 10 for me. And then me and some friends have been planning a trip down there for 4 years from now. But I've been looking at renting points, and renting the DVC points there also gets you a good deal. It's like, for 4 nights, it's like $1,500 or $1,600 total.
So your value consideration is totally based on the point side?
Yes. Like if it's, like if you're renting points or you're using DVC points, it's a great value. Again, theming's really good. It's like 1920s Atlantic City. The pool is good. Proximity, again, is very good. I will say, if you're staying on the far end of the boardwalk inside, not the villas, and the far end of the Beach Club Hotel side, not the villa side, then you are closer to Epcot from Beach Club, but it's not by much. The food there.
I need you to explain why you ranked this 15th for food, because that is wrong.
The quick service place
You are incorrect.
actually dragged it down a truckload. Like it dragged it down 10 places for me.
That's
I would
crazy.
have put it in 5. The quick service place is just horrible.
Trattoria Al Forno's on the boardwalk.
Yeah, Trattoria, Flying Fish, like all the table service places are good.
But because you don't like the quick service.
Yes, the quick
When we're
seriously.
never there to eat quick service anyway.
Yeah, but we stayed there decent. We stayed there a decent amount.
Yeah, but we don't eat the quick service when we're there anyway.
And then Vibe, I gave it a 3.
Now, Mom
Again,
doesn't love this resort clearly because she ranked it 14th for theme and 18th for pool. 18th out of 20 for pool.
But look at all the other categories.
But you gave it a high rank. You ranked it 2 for transportation proximity, a number 1 for food. So I want you to talk about that.
Yeah.
A number 2 for value. So I want you to talk about that. And a number 4 for vibe. Clearly you hate the pool.
I don't do the bookings. I don't see what it costs.
Okay.
We stay all 5 of us in one room. And we use our GBC points when we stay there, so.
Okay. Talk about the food.
The food is so good. Oh my gosh. Cake Bake is amazing. Okay, the Flying Fish is one of the most delicious meals I've ever had on Disney property. We haven't tried Trattoria yet, but we hear really great things about it. And there's an ice cream shop. You can go get ice cream. You eat really good. You stay on the boardwalk. And like Jeremy mentioned, you can get to several other really great restaurants by the Skyliner or the boats very easily. So, and this is just a really fun resort. Like they do a really good job of engaging you. Like if you're there and you're not going to the theme parks, you're still not going to be bored at the boardwalk. There are always activities going on the lawn. You can rent little like pedal cabs and drive them around the boardwalk. They always have like a movie on the lawn and they do s'mores. A lot of times they have like acrobats and like street performers. So there's a lot that's going on. It's just a really fun place to stay.
All right. Now, the most controversial thing on this list where my family is wrong and drug
I really don't know.
Drug the real
how this
ranking
happened.
of this resort down to 4th because it is number 1 on my list, but on the combined list at number 4 is
Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness Lodge. They are insane.
To be fair, just gutless, this would be my number 1.
I ranked this number 1 for both theming and vibe, and here is why I ranked it number 1 in those categories. First, I love the Pacific Northwest theme. It's an old lodge. It's built, it looks kind of like Old Faithful Lodge at Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. So it's built with that design.
They took a lot of the elements of national park lodges.
It has both the kind of the main lodge hotel side, and it has 2 Disney Vacation Club properties. Inside the main building is Copper Creek, where they just took a wing of the main building and made it a vacation club property. But there's a separate vacation club building, which is actually our home resort called Boulder Ridge but it's a covered walkway. Mm-hmm. It's not very long. I mean, you kind of walk over there. There's really good access to the buses there. You don't feel like you're in a different place, but where the main lodge has this big grand lobby. Boulder has a very small, not very small, but a smaller, more intimate quiet lobby that to me feels like Lake McDonald Lodge at Glacier. It feels very similar to that.
Yeah.
But what I love about this place in the theming and the vibe is that in all the chaos of everything that's going on at the whole of Walt Disney World, you can get to Wilderness Lodge and not feel like, you still feel like you're at Disney, but you don't feel like you're in the middle of all of the madness. You can get away, and especially if you get over into that Boulder lobby. You can feel that way. And so that's why I ranked it so high there. It's beautiful, it's calmer, it's just a way to get away and relax. The pools there, I rank the pools as 3rd best pools. I think both of the pools are good. Both what is considered the quiet pool at Copper Creek still is well themed. well, actually, the quiet pool's kind of over at Copper Creek and Boulder Ridge, kind of together. Still well themed, and the main theme pool, like the waterfall, flows from inside the lobby of the main building, out the back of it, down over the waterfall, and down into the pool. Like, it is very, very cool. For food, I gave it a 4 because it's not the best food, but kind of, it doesn't have a bad option. There's no bad option there. The signature restaurant is Storybook Dining at Artist Point, which is the Queen and Snow White and Grumpy and Dopey. It's a character dining meal there for dinner.
It's good food.
It's prefixed, but it's very good. The other table service restaurant there is Whispering Canyon, which is just fun. It's very loud, and it's in the main lobby, so it kind of goes against what I just said about it being kind of chill, but for whatever reason, it doesn't just kind of flow out into there in the same way. But
The
that
restaurant picks up the lobby, but the lobby doesn't pick up the restaurant.
Right.
Yes.
But it's fun, and it's a kind of
Ask
a barbecue.
for ketchup.
Yeah, ask for ketchup. It's kind of you get kind of skillets that you could share family style if you want to, or you can order more a la carte off the menu. Very good. There's a well, they call it kind of a bar and lounge, but it's really a restaurant too. Out by the lake, and you can by Bay Lake, and the food there is very good. And it's kind of loungy chairs and that sort of thing. Not great for little kids, but good for teenagers and adults. And then the quick service there, Roaring Fork, is also very good.
Yeah.
And what I really like about this, another thing I really like about this place is that it is, with the exception of Geyser Point, the bar and grill kind of out by the lake, everything, all the restaurants are internal to the main lobby, and so you never have to walk uncovered. You have, if you're at Boulder, you have to walk outside on the covered walkway to get over to the main lodge, but you never have to walk uncovered to get into anything. The worst ranking I gave this was I ranked it 9th for transportation and proximity, and that is because you go by bus everywhere except Magic Kingdom, and you can take a boat to Magic Kingdom. Now, I love the boat. Personally, it is my favorite mode of transportation. I love to get on the boat and go, unless I'm taking a stroller and I am on the smaller boat, then I have to break the stroller down. But the boat, I really love to get over there. So, but if I'm being just kind of fair and considering most people, this would push up higher on the proximity location list. Wesley, you gave it a 1 for theming. You gave it 13 for pools, but then everything else you ranked it in the top 10, with a 5 for food being your next highest. 7 for value. Oh, you know what? I gave it a 3 for value, and here's why. It's a deluxe resort, but you can usually get in there in the 500s a night, depending on the time of year. So I shouldn't say usually. You can sometimes get in there in the 500s. Sometimes it's higher, but for a deluxe resort, that's a pretty good value. Wesley, you gave it 1 for theming, 5 for food. You ranked it 7th for value and vibe, 8 for proximity transportation, but 13th for pools.
Yeah, so the pool-wise, it definitely has the worst pool of a deluxe resort.
No, it doesn't.
So
Contemporary
they're
has
wrong,
the
Russ.
Contemporary
That
has
is
the
correct.
worst pool of a deluxe
No.
resort.
The reason for Wilderness Lodge is the slide is very small. The pool is not big. Like, the pool itself is not that big. Like, you can find a bigger pool at, like, a Home 2.
Keep going.
Yes. You can, actually. The transportation and proximity is okay. Again, the only place you can go without taking a bus is Magic Kingdom. And honestly, the big boats feel like a bus, so take that for what it is. The food there is good though. Whispering Canyon, Geyser Point, Roaring Fork, and Artist Point are all really good. The value is kind of middle of the pack. Because yeah, you can get there for $500 a night, but also
It's $500 a night.
yeah, but also like you can get into other places for $200 less and not have that much worse of an experience. So, and then Vibe and Find, yeah, I mean, I put it in 7 because I like other resorts better than it. So.
Not your vibe.
No.
And then Mom ranked it first both for theming and vibe, just like I did. You ranked it 3rd for food and 5th for pools, but then you drug it down with a 13 for transportation and 14th for value, even though Boardwalk is 2nd for some reason. But
it's an expensive place to stay especially if you're not using DVC points or something like that. But it's just so fun. I love this place. It really is. I mean, we're national park junkies, and it's all about national parks. And all the theming in the room is Mickey and Minnie and Donald, and they're all camping, and they're in the national parks, and they're, climbing El Capitan and all that sort of stuff. It's just a lot of fun. Wesley's wrong about the pool. It's a very nice pool. I'm not going to lose my children in this pool. There is a great kind of splash pad play area for littles. And the slide is one that our girls can tackle without being terrified or needing hand holding and that sort of thing. So I love this place, and how it didn't sort out to number 1 because it's expensive, but gut check, it's my favorite if I just made a list.
the one other thing to add, in the Boulder Ridge, right off the Boulder Ridge lobby, is a room where they have Walt Disney's model train, like his personal model train. They have it right there.
It's in his backyard.
In the
He
lobby.
would
You
drive
can
his
see it.
daughters
Yeah.
around on it.
Yeah, really cool. All right, top 3. Go ahead.
And before we go to that, the other big problem with Wilderness Lodge that I have, Copper Creek is not good at all.
Oh, that's not true.
The couch bed,
They're getting replaced.
no, they're not. Not right now, at least. It's at least another year before that actually starts happening. The locate, you're walking a mile to get to your room.
No, you're not.
Okay, half a mile.
It's not like Animal Kingdom
Like
or Boardwalk.
the way to get to your room is this hidden like tunnel cut out in stone.
We had
have
a
to-
bad room location when we stayed at Copper Creek. It is not the
Which
same
can
for
happen
everyone.
anywhere.
Yeah,
All the rooms are not that way.
yeah. But at the bare minimum, you have to find this random little tunnel cut out that takes you to Copper Creek. It's not even signed. There's no signage to
It's
it.
where our room was.
No.
That's not true for all of Copper Creek.
Okay. Well, if you get a bad room location to Copper Creek, you get a really bad one.
Okay, I can buy that. Okay, top 3. Number 3 on the list, the 3rd best resort, based on this scientific, unscientific ranking is
Beach Club.
Beach Club. So why is Beach Club so far ahead of Yacht Club, since they almost share a building, right? They kind of share a common hub.
Yeah.
And a pool. So I can tell you why it is for me. So on this, I gave it 15th for value because I think this is an expensive resort for what you get. But everything else, I ranked it definitely in the top 10, including ranking it number 5 for theming, 1 point better than Yacht Club, because I just think it's a better theme there and I enjoy that lobby a little bit more. I ranked it number 4 for pools, and one better than Yacht Club just because I like the way the pool lays out as Beach Club exists better than I like the way it lays out as Yacht Club exists because it's the same pool. We've already talked about that. I ranked it number 5 for vibe, number 2 for transportation proximity, and that was the highest ranking I gave it. And the reason I ranked it higher than Yacht Club for transportation / proximity is Beach Club is closer to both Epcot and the Skyliner station than Yacht Club is. Like if you're leaving Yacht Club, you're either crossing the water or you're walking right past Beach Club to get to Epcot or the Skyliner. You're not getting to the Skyliner station without walking past either Beach Club or Boardwalk. And you're not getting to Hollywood Studios by walking past either Beach Club to get to the Skyliner or Boardwalk to walk to Hollywood Studios. So that's why I ranked Beach Club higher than Yacht Club in that regard. And then for food, I gave it a 6, and the food's okay here. There's Cape May Cafe. We've only eaten breakfast there. It's a character breakfast, and it's a seafood buffet at night. They used to have crab legs, all you can eat, but now that's a separate add-on for the buffet, which I do not like. And Beaches and Cream Soda Shop is here at Beach Club, and that's kind of a fun ice cream, kind of dinery type of meal. But I didn't think anything here was exceptional. So that's why I ranked it as number 6. But you do have access to the boardwalk. It's easy walk to the boardwalk, easy Skyliner hop to Riviera. So that's why I ranked it as number 6. And then Wesley, you gave it a 5 for theme, a number 2 for pools, 2 for transportation like I did, 3, you ranked it higher for food, 3 for food, 12 for value, and 2 for vibe.
And theming, they nailed the theming. Like it's exactly right. The pool is still technically Stormalong Bay, so I give Yacht Club the edge because technically it is Yacht Club's pool. It's not technically Beach Club's, but they do share a pool, so I gave Yacht Club the win on that category. Transportation proximity, it's just barely worse than Boardwalk because you're a little farther from Hollywood Studios than Boardwalk is, but that's honestly it. The food, I disagree heavily with him. The food there is pretty good. The Beach Club Marketplace, which is the counter service there, is very good. Beaches and Cream is good. And Cape May is very good. And then value, it's not nearly as good as Boardwalk is on value, even on DVC points. Like it's 20 if you're booking with DVC points, and probably $2,500 for a 4-night stay if you're paying for it off of cash, but on a DVC rental site.
Off the rental site.
And the vibe. This is the best resort in the Epcot area in my opinion.
False.
No. You're not. It's decently easy to get. You're not going to get lost, but it's much easier to get lost in Boardwalk than it is here.
Okay, Mom ranked it 2 for theming, 2 for pools, 4 for transportation, but you ranked it 11th for food, so you liked the food even less than I did. Yeah. 10th for value and 5th for vibe.
Yeah. It's Donald Duck. Donald Duck is the star.
That's why you gave it a high theme rating.
So that's why I gave it a high, like theming and vibe. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those Disney resorts that has a great smell, like when you walk in the lobby.
It does.
I found hand soap that smells very similar to the smell at Beach Club, so that's exciting. It's just one of those like, ooh, yeah, I really like this place. And yeah, it's pretty convenient to get to. Places has good transportation options. The pool is a good pool, as long as you can keep up with your children. It's a fun one.
Why did you give it such a lower ranking, so much of a lower ranking for food?
There's just not a lot of options. Like, Cape May is good. It can be a difficult reservation to get if you want to get the character meals at breakfast. We're not a seafood family, so dinner is not something that's going to be high on our list. And there comes a point when, like, the quick services they're quick services. I'm going to go fill my mug and get a muffin, and I'm off to the parks. So.
All right. I do agree with Wesley that the quick service is good. I failed to mention that, but when he said the quick service was good.
When I say the quick service is good, the last time we stayed at Boardwalk, we were going on a cruise. We had to fly out the next morning to go to Fort Lauderdale to go on a cruise early in the morning. I like Beach Club so much that instead of sleeping in a little bit like I would usually do, I got up at like 5 a.m. and walked over to Beach Club. Just so I could have a little bit of time at Beach Club before we had to leave.
People are going to look up and see if that quick service is open at 5 a.m.
I said I got up at 5 a.m., didn't leave the room at 5 a.m.
Okay, we got to move pretty quickly here through these last two. Number 2 on our list, and I actually agree with the placement of this,
No.
though it is not where it fell on my personal list. Number 2 I think this was 3rd on my personal list. Number 2 on the list is
My favorite resort, Polynesian Village.
Polynesian Village Resort. Also has DVC section here, both some converted longhouses, which is the best part of the DVC section, and the new Island Tower Vacation Club section on the opposite side of the resort. This is also a Magic Kingdom area resort, sits
Also
on the
bungalows.
monorail loop. What?
Also the bungalows on DVC side.
Yeah, the bungalows on the DVC side. It's a Magic Kingdom area resort, sits on the monorail loop on Seven Seas Lagoon. And so I ranked this pretty high in every category except for value. I ranked it 18th for value. It is stupid expensive to stay here on cash. And even on points, it's substantially more points than Wilderness Lodge or Beach Club or Boardwalk or some others. But the points are better value than the cash days for sure. I ranked this 3rd for theme. I like the Polynesian theme. It's a very Disney Polynesian theme, but it's one of the original 2 resorts, Contemporary being the other. This is also, fun fact, the resort where the Beatles broke up, where the papers were signed to, I think it's where Lennon signed the papers, right? Where John Lennon signed the papers to dissolve the Beatles. I ranked it number 2 for pools. This has a very cool pool. I ranked it number 4 for transportation because you can monorail for context, the ones behind the 3 behind Epcot, 3 Epcot area resorts, I ranked 1, 2, and 3 for transportation. This is my highest ranked Magic Kingdom area resort for transportation for this reason, because you have the monorail access to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. You have the boat access to Magic Kingdom and Epcot, but you can also walk rather than going to the main house to catch the monorail and loop all the way around if you need to. You can very easily, especially from the Longhouse DVC section, walk over to the Transportation Ticket Center and just catch the Epcot monorail instead of having to loop around, or catch the express monorails in Magic Kingdom instead of waiting at your resort for the lines to get on the monorail there. So that's why I ranked it as the highest. But it also has boat transportation. Did I say that already? Boats. Boats to Magic Kingdom, which is my favorite form of transportation. I gave it a number 2. I ranked it number 2 for vibe, but I ranked it 1st for food. And I know people will yell at me for that, but here's why. Ohana, very good. I've heard great things about Wailulu over at the new Island Tower, even though we've not eaten there. The quick service Captain Cook's probably the best one of any of the resorts. The menu there is good for quick service especially. And even Kona Cafe is good. We ate there, I don't know, 2 years ago?
No, it was
a year ago? It was this
His
year?
birthday last year.
It was last year. It's been a year ago.
Yeah.
That we ate there, but I thought it was very good, and I did not expect it. Tonga toast, good.
So good.
At Kona. It's kind of a French toast that's stuffed with bananas and
Caramel
so good.
syrup. If your child gets sick in the morning, they'll bring it to your room.
They'll come clean it up. But Ohana is one of my favorites, and I know people love or hate this, and it can be hit or miss. But the noodles and the pot stickers and the chicken wings that come just on the appetizer portion of your family meal before they bring the steak and the regular
The
chicken
steak
and
has
the
been
shrimp.
extra good the last
The
couple
steak
times
has been
too.
extra good, but I really love just that appetizer tray. If you could order just that, that's what I would get.
Yeah.
With the noodles and the pot stickers and the chicken wings and the vegetables. And then the salad even it's ordinary, but it's good. The bread service is good. And the dessert there is good. And so that's why I ranked it so high on my list. Wesley, you ranked it 2 for theme, 3 for pools, 4 for transportation, 2 for food. 17 for value, so I think we all kind of agreed on that. But number 1 for vibe.
Like I said earlier, this is my favorite resort. Everything from just the theming to the size of the resort was executed perfectly. It's right by the TCC, so if you need to get TTC, whatever it's called. So if you need to get to Magic Kingdom fast, or you just don't want to wait for the Marvel to get to your resort and then loop all the way around to get to Epcot, you're right there. It only takes 10 minutes from the main building to walk there. The pool is one of the best on property. Theming again was executed perfectly. Transportation's good because especially since the boat to Magic Kingdom is direct to Magic Kingdom. Food there again is very good. You've got Captain Cook's, Kona, Wailulu, and Ohana. The value, it's so dang expensive. But the new Island Tower is also pretty cool, and it's much closer than the Longhouses. Like that's the main purpose of staying the Island Tower. Your walk time to the Great Ceremonial House is cut in half. And again, this is my favorite resort, so it got a 1 out of 5 for me.
And Mom ranked it 6th for theme, so lower. 3rd for pools, 1 for transportation/proximity. So this was your best transportation resort. 5 for food, so a little lower. 17 for value also, and then 3 for vibe.
I like Ohana. I am just not as fussed about it as they are. It's very good. I do not have to eat there every time we go to Disney World. I can't believe that neither of them mentioned pineapple lanai.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Polynesian, because they live and breathe Dole Whip, and I don't care about pineapple. But pineapple lanai, if you love Dole Whip and don't want to pay to go into the park to get your Dole Whip, you can go to Polynesian and get your Dole Whip. And it's really cool. You hang out there by the pool and all that. And in the fall, they do pumpkin ice cream, Dole Whip, whatever, and it's really good. I love this place. This is probably my favorite lobby to hang out in. When you need to cool off for the day, the smell at the Polynesian is legendary. We have multiple candles that are scented like the Polynesian lobby. When you just need to go to your happy place or whatever. The theming, they're moving more to Moana, which I like better than Lilo and Stitch, so maybe the theming will come up in my estimation. But just the whole vibe in general is very relaxed and very casual, but still very refined, feels luxurious without feeling pretentious.
And part of the reason I like the Island Tower a little better than the Longhouses is they're much more island, not Moana or Lilo and Stitch, than literally any other room on the Polynesian property.
One of the cool things we discovered in the new tower is they have like patios at a couple of different floors where you can sit out on the patio, and they pipe the music in for the fireworks at night. You can just sit on the patio and watch the fireworks, which is pretty cool.
All right, now number 1. I think we were all a little surprised by this.
Yeah.
That it came in number 1.
It's all the place that
we knew it would
liked.
be on the list.
Right.
We knew it would be on the list. But we were surprised that it came in number 1, and it is
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Animal Kingdom Lodge. This also has a kind of a hotel side and 2 Disney Vacation Club properties. So the main Animal Kingdom Lodge is huge and it's beautiful. When they built this, they built a separate building called Kidani. So the main building's Jambo. They built a separate building called Kidani Village that was built as the Vacation Club property. Right there, they're there together. But then later, it was so popular they converted a wing of the main Jambo house into a Vacation Club property. So you have the hotel, then you have the Vacation Club property. Now these DVC villas in the studios, at least, only have the queen and the Murphy bed. They do not. They
Queen
sleep
and pull-out sofa.
queen and pull-out sofa.
They're up
They're
they're
them now.
they're renovating them right now.
But they only sleep 4. They don't sleep 5 like some of
Correct.
the others do.
Correct.
Um,
I think I saw something saying Kadai's going to be converted to 5 sleepers,
We'll
but I'm
see.
not sure.
We'll
That'd
see.
be awesome.
Yes.
We'll
Because
see.
the girls would love it.
Yeah, we'll see. But so for this one, I ranked it number 2 for theming. It's beautiful. Number 1 for pool. Number 12 for transportation proximity. We'll get back to that. Number 2 for food. Number 2 for value. And number 4 for vibe. So I'll start with the vibe. On this one, the reason I ranked it because it's another one of those places where you can go and it can be quiet. I ranked it number 2 for theming only because it was not number 1 because I just love the Wilderness Lodge vibe of Pacific Northwest and National Park theme. It's a personal preference there. But the theming here is exceptional. It is like a large-scale African lodge. Here, it has its own savanna with animals, and you can get a savanna view. It essentially has its own zoo, and your room, if you get a savanna view room, then your balcony is going to overlook that savanna, and you'll see the animals in the morning or the afternoon as they're being fed and as you're getting ready if you want to do that. So if your kid loves Anna, if your kid's Jack Hanna, this is where you want to stay, and you want that savanna view room because they will be in heaven for as long as you're there to see that. So it's a beautiful building. It's authentic. There's authentic art from Africa that when they were building this place, they went and found, and they were very intentional on how they bought things and how they designed the lobby and those sorts of things. And so it is just really, really good. For pools, I ranked it number 1 because that pool over at Kadani Village is phenomenal, and
It's
the
a
splash
great
pad
pool.
is phenomenal. It's a 0 entry. It's a huge splash pad for kids. It is just real. The slide's fun. It is just a really, really great
Won't
pool.
tear up your back.
I ranked it 12th for transportation proximity, and it's because you have to take a bus everywhere, but it is not the bottom of the list because of how close it is to Animal Kingdom Park itself. So if you really like Animal Kingdom Park and you want to go there, it's a very short bus ride to get there. So that's why it's not lower than 12th on that list of transportation. For food, I ranked it number 2 because the restaurants here are good. The best buffet is Boma. The best buffet anywhere on property is Boma, and that is at Jumbo House at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Sanaa is good. I hear great things about Chico, which is the signature restaurant, though I've not been here. It is not number 1 because it can be a very specific palate. And so if you're not an adventurous eater,
Right.
and not super adventurous, but just mildly adventurous, right? Then you're gonna find things to eat at the other restaurants, but you're gonna totally miss out on the experience of the food that you're having in the restaurant that you're in because it's just a different spice palette and the way they cook things, and that they try to be more authentic to what the theme is. And because of that, that's why it's number 2 and not number 1. But the food is very good at this place. Wesley gave it 3 for theme, 4 for pool, the same 12 for proximity, number 10 for food. Actually, I didn't talk about it. I gave it number 2 for value. You gave it number 1. I gave it 2 for value because you get all of that at a deluxe resort, and you can usually get in there in the $500 a night range, not
8 or 9.
not $800 or $900 for a studio room. I mean, it goes up, but
that's
and sometimes even lower. And the point values are also very good for a vacation club. But you gave it number 1 for value, and then a number 4, the same number 4 for vibe. So tell us about what's the main difference. You can tell us what you want to tell us about it, but I think the main difference in what we ranked it was the food. I gave it 2, and you gave it 10.
Which is funny because you love Boma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boma's good. Tomorrow's okay. We haven't been to Chico yet.
You did not love Sanaa.
Yeah,
did not
Sanaa. Everything I got Sanaa was basically flavorless.
It wasn't flavorless. You just
What
didn't
I
like the
had
spice palette.
no, I had like standard things on like the kids menu because I was young.
Okay.
That it was just flavorless.
That's right.
What else?
Yeah, I
would
was
you like
also
to say?
7.
What would you like to say about Animal Kingdom Lodge?
The value's really good. When he said 5s, he means like low 5s. On that, it's like I like, unless I'm looking at like a holiday, I rarely see it ever 5:15 at night. Theming's really good. Kajani's pool's good. I haven't seen Jabba's yet. The proximity is not great, but it's also not bad. Like it's closer to the other parks than Coronado and the other Animal Kingdom area resorts are, but that's about it.
So to be clear, when we stay at places like this applies across the board. When we stay, like we're staying on points, not $500 a night for a cash room.
Yeah.
Just to clarify that, but
yeah. The value is again the value is nearly unbeatable. Especially since again I've been looking at point calendars recently, on DVC rental sites. I've seen 4 nights at Jumbo House go for like $1,000 total. Like it can be really cheap if you know where to look for a Disney hotel.
And when.
Yeah, depending on when you go. But this was like spring break. And the vibe is very good. I put it at 4. So Animal Kingdom is a pretty good all-around resort.
All right, and Mom gave it number 1 for pools, also 3 for theming, 17 for transportation. We all ranked it really low for transportation. Number 2 for food, 9 for value, and 2 for vibe.
This is another kind of how I feel about Polynesian. It's very high end without being pretentious or stuffy. It's very accessible for kids to be able to get out and see the animals and walk on the walkways. Even if you don't get a Savannah View room, they have lots of outdoor space where you can see the animals, which is really cool. It's very exciting. It's one of my favorite Disney memories. The first time we stayed here, when we took him when he was 7, and we didn't buy park tickets. We were just there to hang out because we had points we were going to lose if we didn't use them. And so we sat out on our balcony all morning, drinking our coffee and eating our Cheerios and watching the giraffes and the zebras and all of that. And it was so much fun. So I really, really like Animal Kingdom. I'm surprised it's number 1, but I really, really like it.
I think we all kind of thought that everybody else was going to rank it low.
I think on my personal list, it was number 2. On my personal list, it was number 2. But it was number 1 on your list.
Which is surprising.
It was number 1 on your list, which is what brought it way.
Yeah.
Which is what brought it way up. It was 3rd on Wesley's list, on his personal list. So, all right, hearts and minds clear.
Yep.
All right, so that's the end of this one, episode 20, Wesley's Take on the World Travel Show. I would say we'll see you we're going to say we'll see you real soon, but we'll see if that means
Another 2 years.
2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years. Who knows?
We'll pop in while we're there in September.
Yeah, hopefully we can do something while we're there in September. But anyway, until next time, we'll see you real soon.
See you real soon.
See you real soon.